welcome to the stream. This is Spending with Grace and Cookie. I'm Rennie.
And I'm Cookie, and today we are playing more of Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones. So we're in the middle of a battle right now, because so we just met up with Ephraim, our twin brother. So, the family's reunited. And it feels so good.
Well, Cookie, I gotta tell you,
Oh yeah, that was quick. What happened? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm gonna turn the volume. Argus just turned it down or something. Thank you. Okay. Hang on, our sound is being weird. Argus is trying to fix it.
What's weird about it?
I don't know. What's weird?
On the stream, it's very quiet.
On the stream, you're very quiet.
Oh, I'm quiet?
Yeah, but Argus is working on it, so. And Zapper's here with some hypes.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zapper.
Alright. Well, so I guess I can talk since, your sound's not doing great. I'm still reading Gone with the Wind. I just finished chapter... I'm at 55 maybe or something like that. I'm getting close to the end, really close. So that's exciting. And then I also watched the movie, which I've heard good things about.
It's not capturing.
Okay, I guess it's not capturing your audio.
Should I try the one setting?
No, it's nothing to do with your settings.
Gotta move the conga line.
And Google, did you hit play on the thing today?
What? Oh, I actually think I did, and then I was like, I'm gonna stop this, so I didn't wait to watch the whole thing.
Just the process, yo, what did you do? What do?
We're good.
We're playing some Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Well, specifically Cookie's playing.
Yep.
I'm watching.
We were most way through this battle last time, but we lost track of times. Well, I guess I just did. Grace knew what time it was. She could have stopped me.
Yeah. Well, you're making good progress.
Yeah. Let's see.
Blair says it's twinning with Argus and Cat.
No, you know what?
I don't see her.
No, Kat's not. She's been in the bedroom all day today and yesterday. I don't know why. It really breaks my heart because I love it when she's just out here with us, and she's just been avoiding us lately. I don't know. It's ever since I got the herb garden started, I think she just maybe likes the smell of the herbs. I don't know. But
maybe.
She's just been staying in the bedroom, and I don't like it.
Cultist loves it when Cat is on stream too.
Yeah, I love her. She's great.
Yeah, I was doing a Pilates video earlier this afternoon, and at one point there's this really fluffy cat that comes on screen. I'm like, oh, kitty.
Yeah, they're great. I don't know. I feel like I'm one of those crazy people. I love my cat so much. But, yeah.
It doesn't make you crazy.
Yeah, but she's just been in the bedroom, and I don't know why.
Clarice is asking if Argus is fixing audio.
Yeah,
Am I still quiet?
He fixed it, right?
Hype from Adesso. Thanks, Adesso. Yep. Argus says it's a struggle, and Culture says I'm much louder now. That's good.
Okay, that's good.
So I didn't want to have to shout. I would really disgruntle See Tiger and Ripley.
Yeah.
Which we played with Ripley a little bit in the backyard. Since it's such a
Okay, yeah.
nice
I mean, it was a
day.
really nice day for it.
Yeah, the thing is, our backyard is still wet, so like her paws got so muddy.
Mm.
So, and then as I was trying to do my Pilates, she kept coming over, and I'm like, no, get away, because she was panting a lot too, and then like drool was coming off her tongue, and I'm like, no, stay off my mat.
Yeah, what's I gonna say? Well, so for today, since the weather was really nice, I went on a walk. I mean, Wednesdays are my
Nice.
typical walk days, and I got super sweaty because it's really hot out there,
Yeah.
and I didn't like it. I was
How long
like,
did you walk for?
I don't know, because I walked to the local grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped off my compost also, which is just a little bit down the road. So, I don't know. I was gone for about an hour, I think.
Okay.
But that includes the shopping time.
Right.
But
And Zapper says that Discord always resets sound settings on me when I'm trying to do voice chat as well. Yes, maybe that's what it did.
yeah.
And then McGlaris is finally getting his house cleaned up and ready to do things with. Oh, that's good. I was actually looking around at my house, and I'm like, darn it, I need to dust again. Because before all of this, or like right as this whole social distancing thing started, I dusted like most of the house, and I was really proud of myself. Because I don't usually dust. And as I was, in the one room, I'm like, oh, that TV stand is already coated in dust. It's only been a couple months.
Yeah,
So,
I
gotta
spent
do
all
that.
day Sunday cleaning. Like, I dusted everything. I had to clean, put things away that were, or some things just didn't even have a place, They had never been stored
Mhm.
anywhere before, so I had to come up with a place for them. I cleaned, and then I vacuumed. I got all the dust bunny underneath all the couches. It took so long. It was
Mhm.
horrible, but it's done now, and I feel great.
And so Zapper, on the floors, I use the Swiffer. And we have mostly hardwood floors, so like the Swiffer does a pretty good job. But like on the furniture, I use just a regular surface cleaner, and I use just like old t-shirt material, like that we cut up and use it as rags. So our mom one year got us these really awesome rags, like they just absorb, or they
collect everything.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know what happened to mine.
See, the thing is, I used to have two, but for some reason I can only find one now.
Maybe you took mine.
I don't think so. I think I just had two of them.
I don't know, because, yeah, I don't have mine, and I'm like, oh, that would have been so nice to have for the whole dusting thing.
Yeah, because I have that, and then I have a couple of, dusting rags I got from my cousin as a wedding gift. They're it's from some, Swedish company or something, but they're pretty good, too.
And Ghost says, pro tip, just throw it away and get a new house.
Oh, God.
No, not doing
I will say with apartments, usually you live in one for a year and then you move to a different apartment, and that's actually a really nice way to do things because then it can never get that dirty.
Right.
But I've been in this apartment this is my third year being here, so I was I've never done a thorough cleaning like that, so it's pretty bad.
And when you live in a house, you're not going anywhere.
I know. I feel like you'd have to just rearrange the rooms, all the furniture, feng shui.
Yeah.
Just do it every so often just to make sure you really clean everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate cleaning. And McGlair said that he used to dust every week as a kid. And if he dusts yearly now, he's shocked because he doesn't care about it at all. No, but see, the thing is, there's some areas in my house that just really collects, tons of dust. The one TV stand in the room where the dog lives, basically. I don't know if she's emitting all of this dust. Probably. Maybe that's why that room is extra bad. And then the other room is the other TV stand. in the main living room, that gets a lot of dust as well. And I guess our dresser does too. But those are like the main dust spots. And Ghost says that this game looks like chess but better.
It kind of is. It's not
I would say
quite
so.
as complicated, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, it's very reminiscent of Final Fantasy Tactics, which, as I've said before, I did not beat, but I don't even know how far along in the game I was. Like, maybe I was only a quarter of the way through. I have no idea. But that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Only probably better.
Huh?
I said they're probably better. I like this better.
Okay. I mean, I really like Fire Emblem games a lot. I mean, this is only my third one, but I like them. But as we've said numerous times through the stream, like, it's not about the story at all. Like, who cares?
Yeah. I'm still enjoying the story. At least somewhat.
Yeah.
Meglaris is buying a new sofa set this summer. And finally getting rid of this antique Davenport.
That's
so, like,
exciting.
An antique set. Yeah, we got a new sofa set last summer, or last fall, I guess. Because my brother was living with us for a couple months, and when he bought a house, he didn't really have tons of furniture, and we're like, well, if you're interested in taking this couch, you can, and then we'll get new couches, because we were kind of considering it. And then he's like, oh, I'll take you up on that offer. So we're like, okay, now we gotta go find some couches that we like. And so many of the couches are gigantic. Like, we went into the furniture shop, and we're like, this would not fit in our living room. And our living room isn't that small. Zapper says antique Davenport is classy as heck. So it's an old Davenport that Meglaris' dad picked up for $5
Wow.
in the 70s and had it refurbished. Wow.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna look this up.
I love refurbishing. Like, I personally have never refurbished anything, really. But, like, my husband will refurbish all sorts of things. And it's great, because then you can get stuff for really cheap, and it's, like, broken, and then you just fix it up, and then you can keep it or sell it. Like, it's great.
Oh, that is fancy. It's like a fancy sofa you'd see in a hotel or something.
Like in a lobby.
Yeah. It's got like the buttons on it. Do you know what I mean when I say buttons?
I do not.
Like
oh, yes, yes, I do. I do.
Yes, very fancy.
All right. I think we're about ready to take on this big bad guy.
Meglaris says a Davenport's just a couch. No, it's a fancy couch. And he says it's too short for him and takes up too much room.
Oh,
yeah, I like to be able to fully lay down on a couch. Because I remember when we were in high school, like, there was, like, one of the couches at our parents' house, like, my head would have to be on the armrest, but it was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, I like to be able to lay down on it. Zapper says get a quill pen for it instead of getting rid of it. Oh, so Zapper thought it was a desk.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a fancy couch.
Yeah.
Ghost says you can make any kind of furniture out of teak. I don't know what teak is.
I don't either.
I think it'd be cool to make your own furniture, but I don't know if I would want to put in the time or effort. So.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So Meglaris says it is a fancy couch, but it's probably, so it's 7 feet long, so it's plenty long enough, but it's only 14 inches off the ground, which is so short.
Wow.
It's like you're sitting on the ground.
7 feet long is pretty good, though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so Coulter's got a couch in Animal Crossing. Nice, so people can relax.
Is that the new Animal Crossing?
I would assume so. Yeah, the sofa set that we got, so there's a 3-section sofa, a 2-section love seat, and then a 1.5 chair. And the 3-section couch is really long. Like, you can easily fit 4 people on it. Like, we were talking, we're like, well, maybe we should have gotten 2 love seats and the 1.5 chair. Just because, with the way our room, like the dimensions of our room, it's a little longer than what we really wanted.
Yeah.
And Culture says that yes, it is the new Animal
new
Crossing.
one. Yeah, I feel
McLaren
like
says
I
his
don't
dad
know.
was offered $4,700 for it prior to being restored, and he declined. Wow.
That's an expensive couch.
So what's it worth now? Now that it is restored and nice. Ghost says Defender of Argus. That was torturing me. Argus is one of the bosses in Link to the Past, right?
Yeah. It's also it's the name of the second to last Colossus in Shadow of the Colossus. Okay, he can like kill it by himself. So that's good. We have a backup plan.
McLaren says that he doesn't have room for it and doesn't care about trying to sell it. Oh, but you could make money on it. Yeah, Zapper says it's more than my car.
But it's nice to have like these. It's nice to have like a good couch that like in the future, like if you're really in a sticky situation, you could sell it. Or it's nice to pass it down to like, down the line in the future.
I guess, but then you have to store it for years.
Well, no, but you use it, so it's not like you're not losing anything.
Okay. Migler says 40 years of cats sharpening claws has made it needed to be restored again.
Oh, no.
I see. Yep. Oh, you know what? See, Tiger and I, speaking of pets, we were considering getting a second dog this week. But, actually considering it. Because, so one of See Tiger's cousins, she goes and volunteers at the dog shelter a lot. Mm-hmm. And there's this really cute Australian Shepherd that she was taking pictures with. And she's like, oh, look at this cute Australian Shepherd. He's so loving and, what a sweetheart. Yeah. I'm like, See Tiger, maybe we should get this dog. And so I sent her a message. I'm like, hey, like, we want to know more information. Like, is it good with other dogs? And, like, all this stuff. And she's like, oh, like, he's already adopted. He's only there for, like, a week. I'm like, oh, of course. So I'm like, well, I guess we didn't need a second dog. So.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
but,
yeah.
I mean, Australian Shepherds are so cute. I mean, you've seen the one.
Blue Merle, too. So we would have 2 Blue Merles.
Yeah. I mean, there's the one Australian Shepherd in my apartment building that is just, like, so cute. It's not a puppy anymore, which is sad, but, like, it had to grow up sometime.
Yeah, this one was, I think, a year old.
Okay.
But, yeah, he was going to be so cute. He and Ripley would have been the bestest of friends. Ghost says just climb up on his head and start stabbing until he does the dishes. I don't know... Are you talking about this guy, or are you talking about Argus?
I feel like... I don't know, it sounds like they're talking about, like, Argus, my husband, maybe?
Maybe. McGlair says, if I could use it, sure, but it's half of my living room and can't use it other than grocery storage. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, I think time to get rid of it. But you might want to check, try selling it on Craigslist or like Facebook Marketplace, maybe. Yeah, you could like store it in your garage until then and be like, hey, I got this old Davenport couch sofa. Make it sound fancy. Because it is fancy.
Yeah.
Did he really need healing?
Well, no, but it gives her experience. Because
okay.
The healer only gets experience when they're actually healing. So if anyone needs healing, it's like they're going to get healed.
Okay.
It's really sad that I used up all the rapiers.
Yeah.
I realize, hopefully he doesn't miss. I didn't really plan for that. Because I think if he misses, then I bet you this guy's going to be dead. Huh?
We can't have him die.
Oh, he won't die.
Okay.
Yeah, because he would get hurt 18
Oh, I see.
He'll be fine.
All right.
Just hopefully he hits, because if not, like, he could die. Okay.
Oof. That was stressful.
Yeah.
We almost lost our twin.
What we have to look out for is the enemies sometimes have a chance to do a critical hit. So he had like a 1% chance or something of doing a critical hit. So luckily he didn't.
Okay. Oh, you know, I was thinking, what is up with my hair?
It's fine.
Sorry, I gotta fix this. My hair just looks terrible today. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Well, so the one Instagram. There's a loud motorcycle outside. Can I have something in my eye? The one Instagram I follow, the twins that travel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this eyelash. I saw them post a picture. So they did a social distance picnic.
Okay.
That I thought looked really nice. So like one twin was on a picnic blanket and then the other was on another picnic blanket, like maybe 20 feet away.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, that's nice. We could do that. And I brought up the idea of a picnic to see Tiger. And he said we could do a picnic, but he's like, but why do a picnic when we can just... Because he's like, but I wouldn't want to go to a park because there are other people. So I was like, well, we could do a picnic in the backyard. And then he's like, well, why would we do a picnic when we could just sit at the picnic table?
Yeah.
But I'm like, but it's part of the experience to sit on the ground and, you know, have your little picnic basket and whatnot.
Yeah.
But we're thinking about doing that this weekend. And I suppose if you wanted to, you and Argus could come over and sit on a picnic blanket 20 feet away.
No, it's okay. Because it's like, what's the point? I feel like we would be better off doing a separate picnic with like a laptop so, you know, we could actually talk and not have to yell or something.
We wouldn't have to yell.
20 feet away is kind of far.
Worst case scenario, I mean, we could do 10 feet.
Yeah. That's okay. I think we'll
6.
pass. We were thinking about doing our own picnic at a park because, you know, we don't have a backyard. I don't know when. Sometime. Definitely for my week of vacation, which is coming up soon. Also, did you know it's Memorial Day on Monday? That was a total surprise to me. I did not know. I thought it was, you know, the following week.
No, I've been waiting for it because that's when I'm planting my garden.
I see.
So I've been ready for this. So this weekend at the farmer's market, I'm going to buy all of the plants that I'm going to plant. Like, I'm going to buy tons of stuff at the farmer's market this week.
Okay.
So it's going to be exciting.
You know,
Did I already tell you what I'm planting?
No, but hang on a second, because you had talked about your hair earlier and how it was being uncooperative. Mm-hmm. I did want to tell you that I did braid my hair over the weekend. I've never done a successful French braid, but I did it. And nice. I felt very accomplished. I tried to do a fishtail braid, but it was just too hard. I do want to keep trying, but it's tough.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So what are you planning to grow in your garden?
Well, first let me read this comment from Mike Larris. So he says, the plan for the living room is sofa and a chair. Okay, a sofa and then a chair and a half. Dining room, he's getting rid of dining room table and getting a workspace. So you're just going to have a big desk instead of a table? I mean, that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a sofa and a chair and a half. I think it's a good option.
Yeah, I think so too.
So for why is her hair green?
What? This is like a flashback.
Okay. So my garden, I'm going to plant a few cherry tomato plants because I love cherry tomatoes. Then I'm going to plant I'll probably plant 2 cherry tomato and 2 regular tomato plants.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a few green bell peppers, or actually red bell peppers, but we'll probably pick them when they're green. Then we're gonna do basil and cilantro,
Mm-hmm.
and that's one bed. And then the other bed, we're gonna have we're gonna do cucumber this year, so that's a
Okay.
new one. I need to build the structure for the cucumber to grow up. Yeah, we're gonna do cucumber, we're gonna do lettuce, and we're gonna do green beans.
Okay. That sounds
That's
pretty
what we're
good.
doing. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I don't know how many cucumber plants we're gonna do. Maybe 3. We'll see.
Okay.
But that's something I need to iron out in the next few days because I need to figure out how many I can actually fit in our garden bed. Zapper says dining on the couch. That's what we do, at least for dinner, usually.
That's what I do too.
So today we ate outside at the picnic table because it was so nice.
Yeah.
Meglaris has a circular table, but he's gonna get a rectangular table. I never eat a dining room table and have no plans to start. Yeah. I know the one year that I lived by myself when I lived in Ohio, I ate breakfast and dinner at my little table, and I ate in silence. And I just remember people being like, "Oh, that sounds so sad." Like when I went to Thanksgiving and, visiting cousins and stuff, they were like, "Oh, it's just depressing." But I didn't think it was depressing. I thought it was just peaceful. Meglaris wishes that he could grow pumpkins and tomatoes this year. Pumpkins would be cool, but I think I will because I think pumpkins need a lot of space, and I don't have tons of space. But the pumpkins, I'll just get pumpkins from the farmer's market. Oh, and Cookie, I want to tell you, I did buy those reusable canning lids today.
Oh, did you? That's awesome.
Because I had it open in my browser for months. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to actually look into these today, look at reviews, see what I think. And I did decide to buy them. I didn't buy a ton. I mean, I guess I bought 2 dozen, so it might seem like a ton.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because, I mean, if it turns out it doesn't work, it was $20. It's not, not the end of the world. So
yeah,
figured it was worth the experiment.
Yeah. I think I'm excited for you, and hopefully, I mean, I don't care if you let me use regular lids, but because I'm hoping to use your canning water bath thing.
Oh, that's news to me.
Well, I told you that I was gonna go pick strawberries and stuff, and that
right.
I would prep them and then you could can them for me.
Okay. Well, yeah. I didn't know you were gonna come over and can.
Well, no, I can drop them off. It depends on how long this social distancing thing goes for. I know we're in phase 1.
Thanks for following, Ghost.
Stopping it. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I know we're in phase 1 of ending the social distancing, at least in New York, but don't know.
I looked at a couple canning recipes today, and there's a recipe that uses, so it's canned pears, but you can the pears in maple syrup, and then it's you kind of fish the pears out, and then the maple syrup is infused with a pear flavor. I'm like, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, so you can have the pears and also the maple syrup as a preserved thing.
Yeah. So
that sounds good.
I don't know. I might try it and see how it goes. I'm a little worried because maple syrup's expensive, so hopefully it doesn't use tons and tons of maple syrup.
Yeah.
So Ghost says, so teak, because I asked, I'm like, I don't know what teak is. So teak is a type of wood that many old furnishings were made of. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm surprised I've never heard of it. But, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Making stuff out of teak. Zapper says hashtag single life. Yep. Yeah, so after that year living in Ohio, then Cookie and I moved in together, and we lived together for a year and a half, almost.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, a year and a few months.
Yeah.
That's a good year.
Yeah, and then so for the year that she was in Ohio, I was living by myself at my grandma's old house, and it was fine. We had years before we had moved out most of the furniture and stuff, when our grandpa passed away. So And our grandma was in a nursing home, so I was just living in the house by myself. And like, I pretty much stayed on the first floor because the second floor was always creepy as a kid. But then, like, there were 2 times where, like, you know, I saw a centipede and it really freaked me out. And so after that, I was, like, ready to move out of the house. But, like, little did I know, centipedes are literally everywhere. So, I mean,
At least
granted,
up here
like,
they are.
yeah, it was, like, time to sell the house anyways by the time, like, because we moved in together in an apartment. Yeah, so at that point, like, it was time to sell my grandma's house. It just so happened to be after I lived there for a year. So.
Yeah. And McLaris says that pumpkins need about as much room as a tomato plant. Really? Like, are you talking like pie pumpkins? That's the kind I was thinking. I'll have to look into that because that could be good. But also it depends on if they have pumpkin plants at the market. Because I don't plan on going anywhere else. Okay, he says yeah, pie pumpkins. Yeah, I'll check it out. See if they're there. Maybe I could try one pumpkin plant. And then he says, cookies giving rice a wonderful gift of working for Cookies Noms.
I know, I was thinking that I should make some cookies again soon. Because I was really doing a lot of baking. But over the past couple weeks, I haven't done much baking. And I feel like I should make something. Don't know what.
Yeah, I haven't... Well, I guess besides the tea parties we did where I made scones, I haven't really done any baking, but I did make rice pudding last weekend. And it turned out decent, but the thing is, so we used brown rice because I was convinced that you can make a good rice pudding out of brown rice. But I think it's just too chewy. I just was disappointed, so I was like, well, maybe I'll just give up on that dream.
Yeah, I think just using regular rice is the way to go.
Yeah, so that was a bummer. And McLair says you do have to wrangle the vine of the pie pumpkins as it grows. So, like, does it grow up like a tomato plant then? So you can kind of put it in a cage. McLaris grew 12 awesome pie pumpkins and some jerks smashed them in the street.
That's so sad.
So sad. It's a bummer. And Ghost says, nailed it. What'd we nail? Nailed it as in like the TV show where things aren't good.
I don't know.
My brown rice
I forgot about
pudding
that
wasn't...
show.
Yeah, I saw one episode. I'm like, well, that's enough.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw it.
Zephyr says, I thought Ohioans were nice. Some of them are. But yeah, that's such a jerk move.
Yeah, they're probably just like
pumpkins.
stupid kids, you know? Kids causing trouble.
So McLair said horizontal vines. He doesn't remember it being tall like a tomato plant. Okay. Yeah, I'll do some research. Because I do love pumpkin.
Yes, you
we
do.
made pumpkin steel cut oats a few weeks back, and they were really good.
I should make some steel cut oats.
No, I think next time I would do even less, because we use maple syrup or honey. I think I would use even less than what the recipe called for.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought it was still really good. And Zephyr says, is Ohio in the region of Midwestern nice? Oh, I've always considered Ohio Midwest. McLair says no, Ohio is definitely not Midwest. He says it's Eastern.
I would agree that it's Eastern. Well, I would say it's Midwest, but I would say it's like the east side of the Midwest.
Yeah, it's like the eastern border of the Midwest.
Yeah.
Zephyr says it's a little far afield. Yeah, I thought I would be okay living in Ohio. And then I was just like, I don't like it here.
But our older sister lives there.
She does. But yeah, not just because my job was kind of boring, but I just think I don't know. I just like New York.
I mean,
I
I've
like the
never left
trees
New
and
York,
stuff.
so there's that. Well, I mean,
I
like, I've
know.
gone on trips and stuff, but I've never lived anywhere outside of New York for, like, more than 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. At
I
least
mean, I
I've been,
guess
like,
for
moving to different cities and stuff. At least I'm not just always in the same... I mean, it's fine if you do live that way and just stay in the same place. That's fine, but... It kind of makes me sad. I wish, for some reason in my mind, Michigan is the place to be, and I've never even really been to Michigan, but somewhere I want to go.
yeah, I've always wanted to go to Portland. I just thought it seems like the city for me, but
It's such a big city.
I've never been there.
It's big.
Yeah, I know it's big.
I mean,
and it's expensive too.
like, they're so, like, open-minded to vegetarians and vegans and stuff, which is cool. And, like, things are getting better about that. I think, like, everywhere things are getting better about that, but Portland's, like, really good about that. Other than that, yeah, it's just big. That's my impression.
Maybe living in, like, a smaller city in Oregon would work well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it's at.
I think so.
But yeah, I've never been out there, so I don't know.
Even then, I like things here so much. I don't know. I'm such a homebody.
Well, what I like about New York and the East Coast is that, like, if you want to travel, like, you know, going over to Europe it's not too terrible. Whereas, like, if you lived in California, you have to go across the entire United States.
Yeah.
And then go across the Atlantic.
Yeah. But then if they
So
want
I
to
think
go,
travel-wise, it's easier.
because, like, and then even for them to go to, like, Asia, they still have to go across the whole Pacific, which is just so big.
Yeah. Maglaris says he's from Iowa. The attitude of the average Ohioan versus Iowan is that Ohio is much closer to New York attitudes than Midwest attitude. So Iowa still has counties with no stoplights. Wow.
Okay.
A whole county with no stoplight?
That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So when I lived in Ohio, because I worked for the DOT, and we didn't have that many stoplights in our jurisdiction. But, I mean, we did have some, so it's not like we had no stoplights. But I was in pretty rural Ohio.
You're still only, like, an hour from Columbus.
Well, I know, but well, yeah. Well, it was like an hour and 15.
Okay.
But, yeah, our region, I mean, because we had Mansfield and we had Medina, and Ashland had a few stoplights too. But I'm just saying, like, compared to, like, now I work for the DOT in New York, and we're in, like, the Buffalo region, and there's so many stoplights. I'm like, oh, the stoplights when I do my reports. I'm like, they're the worst. Like, I guess I didn't know how good I had it when I was working on the rural roads.
Yeah.
Maglaris says there's 2 counties with no stoplights. Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure there's, well, maybe, I bet there's a county in New York without a stoplight. Maybe, like, up in the mountainy region.
Yeah, there probably is.
But yeah, I mean, I don't do any of the signal timing stuff. Like, that's not part of my job.
I don't even know how they do that stuff.
But
like...
whenever I do have a signal timing issue and I want the guy to look at it, like, the guy who does it, he's, like, very eccentric. And I'm like, I gotta talk to him. Like, hey, can you look at this stoplight for me? But yeah, there's, you look at the daily traffic, and then you plug it into this computer program. It'll tell you the optimizing times that each phase should be.
Yeah.
So, and then you have to decide, like, if you want the protected left or not. Like, one of the studies I'm doing now, like, there's so many left turn crashes, and I'm like, maybe this should be, like, a protected left. But I don't know. I haven't gone out in the field yet. I'll probably do that next week.
Okay.
But the joys of work.
Yeah. Well, I just review things, so That's fine.
But I am glad that I've been able to work through this
Me too.
whole thing.
I can't imagine.
Very
like,
fortunate.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people that are unemployed right now.
Mm-hmm. McLaren says he's max 6 minutes away from work with a 3-minute stoplight in his commute. Wow, that's really... See, I thought when I lived in Ohio, I lived close to work because I was like 8 minutes away. And that was hitting, I think, 2 stoplights. But yeah, 6 minutes is really good.
Yeah.
For my commute, I usually give myself half an hour, but that half hour includes me walking from the parking lot up to my desk, and that
It's a pretty
takes a
long
while.
walk.
Because the walk itself is maybe a quarter mile. Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's maybe a quarter mile walk, but then I work on the 5th floor, so then I mean, I don't have to walk up the stairs, but I do. Instead of taking the elevator. But yeah, so then I walk up 5 flights of stairs, so I give myself half an hour to do that.
Yeah.
And it has been really nice not having to do the commute, because working from home, I wake up half an hour later and I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
I stay
really
up a little later.
Well, I don't know. So I had told you my New Year's resolution was to be more environmentally friendly. And so part of that was going to be biking to work whenever the weather was nice enough. And now the weather's like so warm, I'm like, you know, if I have to start going into work, I'm going to have to start biking. And I'm like, every day, that's a lot. But it'll be good for me. But at the same time, like, it's really convenient to not have to leave the apartment.
You could maybe start doing like 2 days a week and then work your way up to
Nah, I'm
every
gonna dive
day.
right in. I mean, I guess like I can start.
Well, you don't want to burn yourself out though.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, because it's not that far of a bike ride. It's like maybe 4.5 miles.
Okay.
So it's not bad. It takes like maybe around half an hour, maybe a little less.
Yeah, I looked at it for me for biking, and it was going to be an hour.
Yeah, no.
And like just looking at the roads I was going to have to bike on, I'm like, there's no way. No way I would ever do this.
Yeah.
What I would maybe consider doing is biking to the train and then taking the train in. But with this whole coronavirus thing, like, I don't want to go on the train. That's exposing myself to so many more people.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I will just continue driving and maybe try and work from home. Be like, hey, boss man, I worked from home all that time during coronavirus. Like, let me do at least 1 day a week.
I'm hoping to set up something like that too, but we'll see.
Yeah. So McLaris works less than 2 miles with 2 stoplights, but one of the lights is the 4th busiest intersection in town. Wow. I mean, that's really close to work. That's nice.
That is
you
really
could
close.
walk. Oh, though I guess with your leg, maybe not. But
Yeah.
But yeah, drive, like, that's nothing. That's a really nice commute.
Yeah.
My Bill, B-I-L, gave up his driver's license.
Brother-in-law.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
You're so in the know.
I'm really not.
My brother-in-law gave up his driver's license entirely to be more environmentally friendly. Wow, he's putting you to shame, Cookie.
I know. Well, I wouldn't. It's so convenient to have a driver's license. Like, what do you do if you're trying to buy, like, alcohol or something? Not that, like, I hardly... Huh?
Couldn't you still do that on a bike?
Well, no.
Oh,
They
the
said that
driver's
they gave
license.
up the driver's license entirely.
You could just bring your passport.
It was a state ID. Okay. No, I know. I would love, like, I love the idea of only having one car that my husband drives and that I just walk or bike or take the bus everywhere. But that's just so convenient, because, like, what if he had to go, like, visit a friend, like, across the state, and I wanted to go visit my friends in a different location in the state? Like, we would, well, I guess I could probably carpool with Rice, because we have, like, the same friends. So maybe that would work out okay. But, I don't know. It's convenient to have 2 cars, but I would love to just have, like, one, and then have one that's just, like, almost permanently in the garage.
And McLaren says now he has to bike or walk to work. You know, I was so I was listening to this podcast. It's my like daily news podcast I listen to. So apparently, like, you know, all the cars are, you know, most of the cars are off the road right now. And like they found that air pollution isn't really any better.
I did
Like,
see
it's-
that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's because of all of the like big truck traffic. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, those big trucks are still on the road, so
Well, yeah, but
you
like we
know.
still need to keep restocking the grocery stores and stuff.
Right,
so-
I know. But I'm
yeah.
saying like they're more of the cause of the
Yeah.
bad pollution and stuff.
Well, still, everyone,
And-
like, if everyone just does their best at, you know, doing a little thing, it
Yeah.
would, I mean, like, granted, yeah, right now most people aren't driving, but it's still at least less gas usage.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. And Maylor says, don't give it up entirely. It kind of sucks in case Argus couldn't drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like our sister, she and her husband, they used to have just one car. And they, like, he would, I think, take public transportation into work. And then she worked from home.
Well, so yeah, he
Um,
drove into work.
Oh, did he drive into work?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so now she got her own car. Or like they got a second car, so now they have two cars. But for a while I was like, oh, look at you guys doing a one-car household.
I know. Well, because for part of it, like, for the first, 3 years they were married, they were living in Washington, D.C., so they
Yeah, the
didn't want to
public
have more than one
transportation's-
car.
Yeah, it's better there.
Yeah.
And Ogre says, I'm telling everybody about the benefits of dried grapes. Yes, I'm all about raisin awareness.
All
I
right.
like it. You know, I used to eat raisins all the time. I ate them, like, almost every day as my snack at lunch. Or not at lunch, like, during the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I would have, like, a little container full of peanuts and raisins. And I'm like, they go so well together. And I was, like, so into it. But then, whenever I went into the dentist, I had really bad staining on my teeth, like, kind of the back molars. And the dentist is like, oh, do you, like, drink coffee? I'm like, sometimes I drink tea, but I don't drink it a ton. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's the raisins. So I stopped eating raisins, and my teeth aren't stained anymore. Like, I love raisins, but like for now, for me, they're like an occasional thing.
Not every day.
No. And like, I would say like rarely I eat them. But like when I give blood and they have the packet of raisins, like I'll take raisins then. And I do have raisins in the cupboard, but they're like really extra shrivelly now. And like I don't even know what to do with them. Like I feel like they need to be put into maybe like carrot cake or some kind of dessert that uses raisins
Yeah.
so that they can plump up again. I should have put some in the rice pudding. Like a lot of times I'm like, they put raisins in the rice pudding. But it would have been a way to use up some of the raisins.
Yeah. I mean, also, like, it kind of, like, anytime there is a raisin in rice pudding, it gets, like, kind of soggy, I guess.
Yeah,
You know,
they
which
get pumped up.
Which would be good for, like, since you said they're extra shriveled. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because, I mean, if I were to put them in something like an oatmeal raisin cookie, I'm not sure if that would happen. Like, they might just
Right.
stay extra shrivelly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I should try and make that a mission and be like, you're going to finish these raisins
Yeah.
sometime soon.
You know, I've almost finished. You had given me, like, some extra chocolate chips. It was, like, an assortment. You gave me, like, mint chocolate chips, butterscotch chocolate chips, and, like, some other third kind.
That was a long time ago.
I know. I'm finally working my way through them. I'm almost done. So I've made it my
Good.
mission now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really on a mission. I mean, I guess right now the mission, because I was on a mission to finish the matcha.
Yeah. I've
But now
been
that I've-
drinking matcha lattes now.
Okay, but now
Awesome.
that I've finished the matcha, you know, I'm like, what am I doing? I mean, so now I'm just like kind of working on my regular tea. Because I have a lot of tea that's old. Like, I bought this tea when I lived in Ohio, and that was...
That was a long time ago.
That was like 7 years ago.
Was it really that long? It's not that long.
Yeah, 2013 is when I moved there. It's 2020 now.
Oh, wow. Time flies.
7 years. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And going back to the car thing, Meglara says lots of situations where my sister can't drive him, and then it's a giant pain in the rear to solve. Yeah. So I think like keeping the driver's license is a good move.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe getting rid of a car
Yeah.
is the next move.
Or like, as I said, keep it, but just keep it in the garage and like hardly ever use it.
Or do that. Hayden says Cozy Shack. You know what? Cozy Shack is good.
The pudding?
Back when we were kids, we did these.
We made movies. We've made it known that we made movies.
Well, yeah, so we made movies, but one time we did commercials too.
Well, two times we did commercials.
You're right, 2 times. And so one of the times, so our older sister, like, her friend was like, oh, like, you know, let's have a snack. Let's have some pudding. And she's like, Hunt's snack pack pudding. You know, Hunt's is the best. And then our older sister was like, oh, but I gotta show you something else. And she's like 6 or 7 years old at this point, and she's kind of like crazy looking at this point. And she's like, I gotta show you something else. It's really good. And she's like, it's Cozy Shack.
She's like, sounds like she's like super like obsessed with it, you know? Like,
it does. Yeah, but I do like Cozy Shack. I haven't had Cozy Shack in ages, though.
I had Cozy Shack, I think when I was living in Rochester. So in 2015, I think, I bought some Cozy Shack pudding because I saw it at the grocery store. And, you know, it was all right. I think pudding for me just isn't, you know, it's not my favorite.
Okay. Well, I like making pudding from scratch, too. Ogre says dark bread with raisins are amazing. Dark bread, is that like
a pumpernickel kind of thing?
I was thinking pumpernickel. You know what? I looked at pumpernickel recipes. Apparently, cocoa powder makes pumpernickel dark.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. I'm like, who knew cocoa powder was in pumpernickel?
I just assumed it was like a really dark wheat or
That's what I thought.
Something.
Hayden says the rice pudding's really good. The Cozy Shack's rice pudding. Yeah, I think I had it when I lived in Ohio. Wow, that year. Apparently I was just doing lots of stuff.
I know you did a lot of baking.
In my boredom. I did do a lot of baking. Meglara says, I wonder what hydrated raisins taste like. And Hayden says, grapes.
I don't think it works quite that way.
And Meglara said, would they? Doesn't seem like they would. No, they don't taste quite like grapes. I mean, the only thing I can think of their description is that it just tastes like a squishy raisin.
Yeah.
Or a hydrated raisin. I don't know. Just throw it in some water. But I would recommend throwing it in like a hot water so that it hydrates quicker.
Is that true? Would it rehydrate? Wouldn't it just kind of like cook
I think it would help. I don't know, because I know for dates, like a lot of times if you're using dates in a recipe, a lot of times they tell you to soak it in warm water first.
Okay.
To make it like softer to work with. So I would think it would work well for raisins too. And Meglara said, Rice moved to Ohio as I moved away. Yeah, I moved there in summer 2013, and I moved away in summer 2014. Short little stint. Ooh, that sounds good, Meglaris. He's thinking about hydrating it in champagne.
Oh.
Yeah, I know I think a lot of people, maybe it's just my boss, he soaks raisins in rum. And he says the rum raisins are really good.
Okay.
So maybe that's what I should do with my raisins.
You could try it.
Liquor them up.
Yeah.
Meglaris moved away on December 5th, 2012. Okay. Yes, like half a year before I got there.
Yeah.
Because I got there in July of 2013. But yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to soak them in something. Probably rum.
Okay.
Or maybe Kahlua might be weird. Maybe like Irish cream. I like Irish cream. I've decided that mudslides are like my favorite drink, and probably like the only thing I actually enjoy.
Well, because it's like a milkshake.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's
I like
at that
daiquiris
point,
too,
I would
I
rather
guess.
just have a milkshake.
Yeah. I don't know.
I really want to try. I told you about mead, right? There's like a meadery that's
Yes,
local.
yes, you did. I'm not sure about mead, but I will go with you to this place.
Well, I was thinking me and Argus are gonna go and pick up a couple bottles soon. So
I can't join.
No, because we were thinking, yeah, to pick it up in like a weekend or two, and then just sample it ourselves. Like we would each pick one bottle. That's what I'm imagining, anyways. Maybe Argus is just gonna say I'd prefer beer, but so maybe I'll just be picking one for myself. But then I want to go and like have a flight of them, assuming that I like mead. Maybe I don't. Like who knows? I've never had it.
Yeah, Miglaris moved to Ohio in July of 2012. Oh, so you were there for, I guess,
about
2.5 years?
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5. It's pretty good. Yeah, we were in college at the time.
Yep.
Because we graduated in 2013, so moving to Ohio was my first real job. And you know what? Sometimes I think about... So, before I got the job at the DOT in Ohio, I didn't have any other job offers. So I was like, huh, what can I do? And I was kind of just like applying to like tons of stuff. And one of my aunts who lives down in North Carolina, she's like, hey, there's this organic farm and they're looking for people to work there full time. And so she's like, you can apply online. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll do that. So I did. I applied. I had to write like a essay of some sort. And I was like, I want to do organic farming. And I was all like ready to go. I was probably going to leave in like a week or two. And then I got the job offer from the DOT and I'm like, ugh. I kind of didn't want the job offer because I was all ready to go work on this farm.
Do you ever think about like this alternate timeline where
I do
where you became an organic farmer?
Yeah, I was just like, what? Like, what a different life. Like, it would have been so much different. I just wonder what it would have been like. Because they were primarily like a vegetable farm. But they did also raise chickens and pigs. The pigs they sent away to be butchered. Or to be slaughtered.
This is important.
We have to choose?
Yeah, well, so honestly, I think he's gonna go like to do more. I mean, they're both gonna be in battles, I think. I kind of think we should stick with Irika because we've been following her mostly.
Sure.
Although she is all out of rapiers, whereas Ephraim definitely has his sword.
Can we get any more rapiers anywhere?
We should be able to buy some at some point. Okay, but what do you want to do? We can flip a coin if you want. You think Irika?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Unless anyone in the chat wants to vote really quick before we commit to this.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, maybe no one cares and they're just not even gonna reply. Because I don't know. I wasn't, like, I was reading through everything, but it's one of those things where you read the words, but you're not actually paying attention to know what you're reading. So I actually have no idea what's going on.
That's what I did in 4th grade. And
For
Dad
what?
made me read for reading class.
Oh, when you had to, like, read out loud?
No, for, like, in 4th grade, my reading class, that's what it was called instead of English.
Yeah.
I kept getting, like, 50s on my tests because we had to read a passage and then answer questions. And I just wasn't absorbing it.
Yeah.
So then our dad made me read to him. And then he's like, now summarize what you just read. And so that's what I had to do. I'm sure he doesn't remember that.
Probably not. I remember Dad trying to teach me long division, but I was like, Dad, that's not even the lesson yet, because I asked him to help me with just like simple division before you have to do it like the long way, whatever. And so, but he was like, oh, well, let's, do what's next. I'm like really unwilling to learn. I'm like, we're going to learn this like probably tomorrow, Dad.
I think let's go with Irica because we've given people a chance.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, so this organic farm, they grew vegetables and they did chickens and pigs. The pigs got slaughtered off-site, so I wouldn't have had to deal with that. But the chickens they did slaughter at the farm, so I would have learned how to slaughter and pluck a chicken.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure I would have been a pro at it at the end. And then, you know, who knows? Maybe I would have moved back up here, gotten my own farm, grown my own chickens.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I could have been like I have a chicken guy at the farmer's market, and I buy chicken and eggs from him. I could have been the chicken girl.
Yeah.
I could have bought my chicken. But, yeah, at the time I was going, that was like the beginning of my mostly vegetarian stage. So I wasn't into the whole like chicken thing, but I would have, you know, I would have learned if I was working there. But yeah, I was really into like the vegetables that they would have been growing. But yeah, it was a really interesting thing because so this farm, they have, I think like probably 5 to 10 hired help. So like that would have been me. And they pay for you to like live on their farm. So like they had a guest house, I think, for all of the help. And yeah, so they, you know, they let you stay there for free. You got food for free, and they gave you like a small stipend for whatever you wanted to spend it on.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it would have been weird for sure. But you know, part of me is like, what would have that been like? And it was at the beginning of my dating my husband, and he was all like willing to visit me in North Carolina.
That's
I'm like,
insane.
wow, it's a long. I know. I'm like, that's a long drive for having only been dating me for like 3 weeks. But yeah, he was all up for doing it.
That's crazy.
So,
That's such a long
the
drive.
so the fact that I moved to Ohio, that was a lot closer of a. I mean, it was still like 3 hours, but a lot better than 12.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think about that sometimes. Especially now when I am looking, because I watch the live streams during the day. And a lot of times I watch farms. So like today I was watching turkeys, like a turkey barn. I'm like, oh, that's the life.
Yeah, I had today I watched horses.
Oh, I like watching the horses.
Yeah, I like watching them. Not as much. The kittens and the manatees are my favorites so far. So
I don't like the manatees because whenever I go to their streaming page, they're not there.
But then it just makes it so much more special when they do show up. I don't know. I like it.
I watched some eagles for a little bit this morning. Did you know that bald eagles, when they're young, they don't have the bald heads?
Yeah, it takes them like 3 years to get the bald feathers.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, I knew that, but somehow, when I was watching them this morning, I saw like the mom bald eagle, and then I saw one of her chicks, but it was like older, and it had a black head, and I'm like, what is this crow doing in this bald eagle's nest, and why is this bald eagle feeding this crow? And then I'm like, oh, wait a sec, that's an eagle.
Yeah.
So I felt kind of dumb, but they don't look anything like the bald eagle.
Mm-mm.
A full-grown bald eagle, I should say.
So just so you know, for the game right now, we are doing, like, this is an optional battle. But
okay.
It's good for us to, like, level up people and stuff.
Yep. I always support leveling up.
Yeah. There's kind of a lot more here than I was expecting, but...
Oh, so Cookie, what movie did you and Argus watch last weekend?
We had, so Friday nights... No, Thursday nights are our movie nights. But for some reason, I don't remember what we were doing last Thursday, but we couldn't do movie night on Thursday. So then we're like, okay, well, we'll postpone it to Friday. We should have time. But Friday we had a birthday party, like a, social distancing
Virtual.
birthday party to attend. And Argus also had to attend like a happy hour for like the math department at the college. So, well, I mean, it was another virtual party thing. So that went longer than Argus expected. So we didn't really have time to watch a full movie before the birthday party. So we ended up watching is that when we watched it? I think we watched like a 2-part episode of, was it Community? Or was it Voyager? I don't remember. I think it might have been Star Trek. I think we watched a 2-parter.
Okay.
So
Voyager,
we didn't watch a movie, and so I think this week it's still Argus's pick because that wasn't fair.
Well, we watched, because, we're back on our, I mean, I don't think we've ever really strayed from our, like, rom-com, chick flick kind of movies. Maybe we'll do something different this week. I was going to watch Onward over the weekend, and then I completely forgot about it.
That's a shame.
Maybe I'll watch that this weekend. Because the thing is, I was so I was so, like my book.
Oh, yeah,
I just wanted to keep reading my book. So
that's why you just read one chapter a day. It really makes you savor it.
No, but the thing is, the library only lets you borrow it for a week.
I see.
Yeah. And I had to wait for this one, so I'm like, I don't want to have to, return it without having finished it, and then have to wait another 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get it back.
Yeah.
So, so I was just like so into my book that I did not watch Onward. But because Steve Tiger's not interested in watching Onward, so I'm just gonna watch it by myself, just like on some random time during the weekend. But we did watch one of the old classic Molly Ringwald movies. We watched Pretty in Pink.
Okay, I've never seen that one.
I haven't either, because I'd only seen Breakfast Club.
Yeah, well, Breakfast Club, and then I've seen part of 16 Candles.
Yeah, I saw part of it too, but so we had Pretty in Pink on our list, so we watched it. I liked it. Steve Tiger didn't. But yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, it's a Molly Ringwald movie.
Yeah. I always called her the clown because she.
I know. Had red hair.
Yeah, it was like her red hair, and then it was like short, kind of like Ronald McDonald. I think that's why we called her the clown.
I think so too.
Yeah.
She also she has dark eyes too, so and sometimes she's got like lipstick on too, so
yeah,
kind of adds to it. But so we watched Pretty in Pink. That was our movie. Don't know what we're watching this week. I keep saying, I'm like, we could watch the last Star Wars movie because we haven't seen that still.
I keep forgetting you've never seen it.
Yeah. There's some other movie that I was thinking about too. I had mentioned Detective Pikachu, but apparently it's not streamable or you have to pay a lot for it, so we haven't done that yet. But I'm up for watching Detective Pikachu sometime.
Yeah, I like Detective Pikachu.
But yeah, there was some other movie. I just can't think of what it was. Because I know there's been a lot of movies that come out in theaters, and I'm always like, oh, like, I would like to see that, but I don't need to see it in theaters. And then I always forget about it, and I don't see it ever.
Yeah.
I actually need to refill my... Oh, actually, not quite. Well, I told you I made zucchini and eggplant the other day, and I ate it as a snack cold this afternoon, and it was still just so good. I might get more this week.
Yeah, I went grocery shopping today because we are almost all out of food. I mean, like, not all out. We'll always have something in the cupboards, but
yeah.
As far as meals go, we're kind of out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is always a bummer. Yeah. This week we did, so I made like a shredded chicken barbecue for Argus, and then for myself, I made myself like a vegetarian version with the red lentils and shredded carrots. And so we're almost out of that. So just means it's time to make something else. So what we've got on tap is maybe we're gonna make, I think, burgers, because I was like, burgers are a Memorial Day thing in my mind. So I think we're gonna do burgers next.
Are you gonna have a burger too, or are you gonna make
I will have a veggie burger. I have to buy some though, because I forgot to buy some today.
So we have a lot of things in our fridge right now. So last week we made red lentil burgers, and the thing is, like, we still have. I ate one with my dinner, but we have one left. So but yeah, because that's like our oldest leftover, and I don't like having leftovers for longer than a week. And Sea Tiger's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, no, this is like going on a week and a half. Like, it's too old. We need to eat it. So we have that one red lentil burger. We've got soup. It's like a chickpea and Swiss chard soup, and it turned out pretty good.
Okay.
I made that on Saturday or Sunday. We made sweet potato salmon burgers, and I love those so much. We made those on Monday. I made hummus, and we've just been like chowing down on that. Like, if I had known that we were like, because I've been eating salad and I've been putting hummus like as a topper on my salad. And Sea Tiger has been, like, some of his lunches, he's just eating cucumber with hummus and cheese and stuff and crackers. And, like, if I had known that we were going to use the hummus so much that we were going to not need as many meals, then maybe we would have made less.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and I feel like we have something else, too, in the fridge. I don't know. But yeah, because I've been having a lot of salads, and he's been having a lot of the hummus. So, yeah, but we have so much fish in the freezer right now because
and the fish share.
Yeah, like, I'm happy about it because I like the fish, and I did the fish share so that I would eat more fish. But the thing is, like, they had a sale. So this fish went on sale in February, and it was like for the salmon burger meat. So I bought it because I'm like, oh yeah, like, this will be great because I'm waiting until May for my next shipment, so I'm like, this will be perfect. But the thing is, I didn't get it until maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And also, in the meantime, there was a sale for cod, and I really like cod, and I'm like, well, I don't have any fish right now because the salmon burger hasn't come in yet, so I'm like, I'm gonna buy this cod. So I bought the cod, so I have like 4 pounds of cod, 4 pounds of the salmon burger, and then my in-laws, they bought us like a Omaha steak thing, like a box of Omaha steak. So they sent 2 things of steak, but they also sent a whole bunch of salmon fillets.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, we already have fish.
Yeah.
And then, but the thing is, like, my in-laws were like, oh, did you get the fish and the steak? And we're like, what are you talking about? Because So my father-in-law had painted our dog. So we have a Ripley painting in our house now.
Oh, that's cool. What kind of painting did he do? Like,
he does acrylics.
Acrylic, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, like, thank you for the painting. And he's like, oh yeah. And he's like, did you guys get the stuff from Omaha Steaks? And we're like, what? Because it was supposed to come in on Monday, apparently, because my mother-in-law called FedEx or Omaha Steak, and she's like, hey, they didn't receive it. Turns out it was just like sitting in like FedEx warehouse, just like sitting there. And I'm like, but the dry ice, it's gonna evaporate.
Right.
So anyways, I'm like, is this even safe to eat? So we ate the salmon and we didn't get sick, so we're gonna keep eating it.
All right.
Because it came with four fillets and we ate 2 of them, so we're gonna eat the other 2. But anyway, so since this whole thing happened, Omaha Steaks is like, oh, don't worry, we'll send you more, like, new steak and new fish because, you know, we made a mistake or the shipping made a mistake. Yeah. So now we got that in, like, yesterday. So now we have more steak and more salmon. And I'm getting my Sitka salmon delivery either today or tomorrow. So it's like
Oh my gosh.
we're overflowing with fish.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh, Culture says, you said he painted the dog, and I totally misunderstood and thought to myself, this seems like it would be really messy.
No,
Yeah,
my first thought
no.
was like that he painted the dog like, you know, literally took Ripley, painted her, like put paint on her. But I was like, but social distancing, I'm sure they didn't come up to see you. So I was a little confused at first, but I got
so
there
we have
eventually.
a painting of Ripley now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just have so much, and so Sea Tiger's like, we should have some of the steak soon, and I'm like, yeah, we should have some more of the salmon soon, and I'm like, and we can eat some more of the cod. Yeah, we're just gonna have, and the thing is, now that, now that we're into my salmon share, so I'm gonna have fish until December. Like, last fall when I did the salmon share, we were basically like going through each shipment before the next shipment came, but like only just so.
Yeah.
But the thing is, since we're already starting with such a surplus of fish, we're just gonna hopefully we're gonna be going through it quicker than what we're getting it, just so we can, get down to more of a normal range.
Yeah.
But one of my nutrition podcasts I listened to, they were talking about fish the other day and how fish is just so good for you with all those omega fatty acids. But they were saying that if you don't have access to fish because, most of the country isn't by water, and then also that fish is expensive. So they said if you don't have access to fish, they were like really, really recommending walnuts because they have the fatty acids.
Okay.
The omega-3s. And I'm like, you know what? I should buy, because I used to have tons of walnuts in the freezer. But I stopped because I was like, oh, I'm going to try and like eat more local, and walnuts come from California, and that's, so I was trying to stick with pecans and peanuts because they're both from the South, and I'm like, well, at least that's a shorter distance.
Right.
But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get walnuts again because they are so good for you.
Okay, yeah,
Like, even though we are eating lots of fish, like,
yeah.
having walnuts would be good too.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of fish. It's fine.
I think you maybe just haven't had it prepared well.
No,
That's gonna be my
whenever, because like there's times where I do like it. It's just so risky. I think the matter is like I don't trust myself making it. There's that, and then also just like
I could teach you what I do.
The whole my other issue is like the sustainability with fishing, because most I don't know if it's even like most places, but like they don't sustainably harvest fish.
That's why you do my salmon share, because there's small boat fishermen who do sustainable practices. They're amazing.
Yeah, because that's the only way I would do it.
They're so expensive.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and part of the reason why I jumped on that salmon burger deal was because you got 4.5 or 5 pounds of the salmon burger meat, and it cost me like, I think $50 or $60. Like, it was really affordable compared to their usual prices.
Mm-hmm.
And the cod was actually cheaper too, because like, just for reference, like the full price share is like, I want to say it's $120 a month. Like, it's a lot. So it ends up being like $25 to $30 per pound. But,
okay, that's a lot. Yeah.
It is a lot, but it is really good quality fish. But so anyway, so this salmon burger meat being $60 for, like 4.5 to 5 pounds, like I was like, that's really good. I got to jump on that deal. And then the cod deal that I got, I think that was $80 for that much fish. So I'm like, that's still pretty good. And the shares I did this year were a bit, and also if you pay up front, then you get a discount. So that's what I did. So I bought a summer share and I bought a fall share for this year. And since I paid for it all in advance, it's going to be like, hey, free fish.
Right, right.
To the house. And that's the whole reason why I did the share. Well, one, because good quality. 2, because whenever I went to the grocery store and I looked at the fish in the freezer, I'm like, that's just too expensive. I'm not going to buy it.
Right.
Whereas, like, if I buy it online in advance and it just comes in the mail, like, you know, it doesn't seem so bad. Especially if I pay for it on a 3-paycheck month. Then I don't even feel it.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 magical months out of the year that we get 3 paychecks.
Yes. Those are always great.
Yeah. And I was so like one of the podcasts, or I guess 2 of the podcasts that I listened to, because like the one was the travel podcast and then the one is the money podcast. And both of those podcasts have both talked about like, oh, like say you want to do something like expensive, like the traveling one, it's like traveling can be expensive, but it's like, but if that's a priority for you and you like really want to do that and you're willing to like give up other areas of your life where you don't care as much about the quality, then you know, go ahead, spend the money on the thing. And the fish is definitely one of those things for me.
All right.
I love it. So I don't want our streamers thinking that, oh, the DOT is just giving out so much money that these people can afford such expensive fish.
No.
No, I live very frugally otherwise. Or I'll say pretty frugally.
You like don't go out to eat very often and stuff.
We
You're
don't,
pretty
and we've
frugal.
actually, because at the beginning of the social distancing, we were trying to eat out more because we're like, oh, we gotta support the restaurants and stuff. So we were eating out like once a week, which for us is huge.
Yeah.
But now, like the past two weeks, maybe 3, we haven't eaten out. And that's partly just because I'm like, oh, we have plenty of food, we don't need to eat out.
Yeah.
But we probably should eat out again, just for the restaurants.
Yeah, I think because last time we went out to eat, we got pizza. I mean, I guess takeout, not going out. Which I like pizza. It's like for Argus, it's like one of his favorite foods. Maybe it is the favorite food for him. I don't know. But like, I like pizza, but for me, it's like never gonna be my favorite. And I don't even know like what I want like to eat for takeout. I just don't know.
Yeah. Well, the next thing we're gonna do, because it's been like on the docket for 2 or 3 weeks now, we're gonna get Middle Eastern food. There's I don't know if they have like a specific like, oh, if they're, I don't think they're Greek, but I don't know if they're like Lebanese, or I don't think they're Lebanese. But anyways, they're Middle Eastern. And so the thing is like, they have these platters, and they have like a chicken souvlaki platter, and they have like a gyro platter, and it's just like a whole bunch of different ones. And then they also have like hummus and falafel and all that other stuff. So, like falafel is something that I never make. But I would probably get the souvlaki because I like souvlaki a lot. But that's the next place that we're going.
Okay.
The only thing is it's not like as close as I would like it to be. It's maybe like, I'd say a 15-minute drive if you hit like all of the lights.
Okay. Yeah.
But even if you maybe it's 20 if you hit all the lights and 15 if you don't. I don't know. It's just annoying to get to, so that's kind of why I've been postponing it, because it's like I don't feel like driving. So I don't want to go. And that's part of the reason we haven't gone back to the Thai place that we like so much, is because it's like, that's far away. I don't want to drive that far.
It is kind of far for you. It's even kind of far for us, too.
We've been going to the other location.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's a little closer. But, like, the thing is, like, since we're working from home, everything seems far.
Right.
Except for the place that's right on the corner. And that's why we've gone there, like, 3 times. So.
Yeah. I just don't know what I want. Because, like, I want to go to that one restaurant that's very, like, farm to table. That's, like, pretty close to where I live.
Oh, yeah.
But they're
I want to
closed
go
right
there, too.
now. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, like...
I have a gift card to there. I got it for Christmas.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to use any of the gift cards I got. I was all ready to use one of them, like, literally the Sunday before all the social distancing started. But it was like, as things were starting to be, like, more questionable, so I said to my friend who I was going to go with, I'm like, maybe we should wait a little while, and then, like, we should have just gone.
You should have just
Like,
gone.
we missed our chance.
Yeah, you should have gone.
Yeah, but, you know.
That's alright, you
Hindsight
didn't
2020.
know.
Yeah, who could have predicted this?
I'm just so glad that, because that
Besides
weekend...
the few people that have. But.
It's the weekend right when things were starting to close. That was the weekend that I went to,
You went to visit Mom and Dad.
yeah, I went to go
Right?
visit our parents, and I went to the pancake house with them, like, where
I
they
know.
harvest the maple syrup, like, and they make it right there. So I'm really glad I did that.
Because we were gonna go a couple weeks later. Oh, Nelson, thanks for following. Maybe I'll call
Thank
you
you.
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex. Yeah, because I was gonna go like 2 weeks later, and so we didn't get a chance to go. So it's a bummer. Maybe I should make pancakes. I made some really good banana pancakes at the beginning of all of this. Yeah, Alex says, yeah, you can call me Alex. It's cool. All right, nice. How are you holding up in all of this, Alex? Doing good? Staying sane? Staying socially distanced? Yeah, I made really awesome banana pancakes. Because the thing is, we don't usually eat pancakes. We just kind of eat, like, eggs if we're gonna do a fancy breakfast.
Yeah.
And Brookie Chill is also following. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'll call you Chill. Thanks, Chill. Yeah, pancakes sound pretty good. Maybe I'll make those.
You
soon.
could have, because I told you about that one pancake place I went to where they have, like, the s'mores pancake that I ate them. I was like, these are too rich. Like, I struggled so hard to finish that. But
I have it on my list of restaurants to try, and I saw they have takeout, but it's like, who's gonna do a takeout of pancakes?
I know it wouldn't be good. But I was gonna say you could try making your own s'mores pancakes, because like it wouldn't be.
I don't have
hard.
any marshmallows.
Yeah, you just need the marshmallows and like some graham crackers.
Yeah, I don't have graham crackers either.
Chocolate chips, you've got those, right?
I do have chocolate chips.
But maybe you'd
Just one
want to
bag.
use like a Hershey's bar or something, because
I have a Hershey's bar too.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, I was really craving, like, in college, they used to have these giant muffins, like, huge. Chocolate chip, and, like, it was, like, the dough around, I don't even know if dough is the right word, but, like, the part of the muffin that was right around the chocolate chips, it was, like, soggy from the chocolate chip. I don't know how to describe it, but it was, like, so good. And then later on, during my college experience, they switched to mini chocolate chips, and it was like, I didn't buy them after that. It wasn't worth it. They weren't anywhere near as good.
Yeah.
But I was thinking I should try making my own muffins, like, that are so chocolatey.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I don't know when I'm
got
going
a
to do
little
it.
smiley face going. And then Zapper gave hype elephants to Alex and Chill. Thank you, Zapper, for doing the hype elephants. Zapper tried cookie dough once.
Like
cookie dough.
Just
plain
like
cookie dough.
cookie dough?
Doesn't everybody eat cookie dough plain?
They always say, "Oh, don't eat it because of salmonella or whatever," but
yeah, the raw egg.
I mean, as long as you're not eating like a ton of it, like
yeah. And you know what I found out the other day? Because he tossed the cookie dough into pancakes. How was that? Was it good?
That sounds good.
I thought was really good. I used to do this in college. I used to crush up Reese's Pieces and throw that into pancake mix. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Like once you put the pancake onto the griddle, then you sprinkle it with the Reese's Pieces. That was just amazing. Chill says ban raw cookie dough. I hate salmonella. I have food poisoning phobias. Oh, gotcha.
Well, you know, you can make cookie doughs that don't have egg. Like if you just make like a vegan cookie and then just eat the cookie dough.
That would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a pumpkin oatmeal cookie recipe that's really good, and it does not have any eggs in it. Alex says, I'm doing good, staying in my apartment, and then there's like kind of a weird skeleton face. How are you doing? We're doing good. I do lots of walks around the neighborhood, get outside as much as I can. Otherwise, I just work from home at my desk, at this desk.
Same, yes.
So
I work at this
Wednesdays are a little rough because I'm just sitting at this desk all day.
desk. I'm sorry.
Zapper says, I don't remember it tasting all that different. Maybe it needed bigger bits. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It could be worth trying again. I was gonna say about the whole raw egg thing. So apparently, one of the farms that I buy from at the farmer's market, they are now offering quail eggs, and so they had like a learn more about quail eggs here.
I like
So
quail eggs.
Well, so I was reading about quail eggs. Apparently, they have like hardly any or like trace amounts, if any, of salmonella, and I don't know why that is, but apparently in like Eastern Europe, people eat quail eggs raw, and apparently like it's the thing to do. And I mean, I don't know if it's like a popularized thing to do, but like people do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, interesting. And I'm like, I feel like I would still cook it. And I'm like, I don't know if it really tastes that much different from regular eggs, so I don't know if I'm gonna buy them because they're a lot more expensive.
Yeah, because there's a farmer at my farmer's market that sells quail eggs, and I just think they're fun.
Because they're so little.
They don't really taste any different, but I just feel like the egg itself, it's so small and cute, and it's got the little spots on it. So I like to, when I do buy them, I just hard boil them and I put them in my salad. And it's really no different than just having a chicken egg and slicing it up. But I think just for the extra novelty and fun of it, it's worth the extra money for the quail egg. It's totally like, cost-wise, it doesn't make sense because it costs more than chicken eggs, but like you're getting less egg per, dollar.
Right.
But I love them. I think they're just so fun.
Did I tell you about the one time at the farmer's market, one of the farmers was selling goose eggs, and they were huge. They were like this big.
I don't think you told me that.
Okay, I really thought about it. I'm like, maybe I should buy these goose eggs, but I didn't. I was like, no, I'll just get the chicken eggs. And then my one chicken guy, he also has duck eggs a lot, but the duck eggs are more expensive. I thought they tasted about the same, so they're a little bigger than chicken eggs.
Okay.
I would be kind of interested if ever I go to Africa in trying ostrich egg.
I've heard that ostrich steak is really good. Like I eat vegetarian most of the time, but I'd be tempted to try an ostrich steak just because, if you're over there, it might be your only chance to eat it.
I remember with the ostrich eggs, it was one of the challenges in The Amazing Race that I saw. They had to scramble up an ostrich egg and eat the entire thing, and it's like 2 pounds of egg.
It's so gross. It's a lot of egg.
Which, isn't the new season supposed to be starting like today?
Yeah, well, so
or did it get postponed?
It was, but then it was postponed, and I'm so sad about it because I was pretty excited. Yeah, so they postponed it, but so right now it doesn't have like an actual airing date, but it's like probably going to happen in the fall. Because like the idea is that they're probably not going to be able to film some of their reality shows that they filmed during the summers. So then, and like maybe if they were going to show those in the fall, like this will take over that spot.
I see.
So I'm bummed, but I'm watching a new season right now on Amazon Prime. I'm watching season 26.
I think I saw that one. No, I saw 28.
There's Teams of Strangers again.
You told me, I think, about that.
Well, so they're all dating couples, but half of the couples are pre-existing couples, whereas the other half are blind dates.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you told me about it.
Yeah.
I'm still watching the one season. Whichever
season?
Number that is. the one the one with the guy who is deaf
Oh yes.
and his
yes.
mom. I like them. And then there's also the two lawyers, brother sister,
Yes.
Asian American team.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of other teams, but like old NFL cheerleaders, and I forget who some of the other ones are. Flight attendants,
Yeah.
stunt men.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not very far. I'm only like 2 or 3 episodes in, because I haven't
Yeah.
been biking as much.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's the show that I exercise to.
Yeah.
But I've been doing more yoga and Pilates, so gotta follow the video and can't watch The
Right.
Amazing Race as I'm doing that. I need to fill up my water. I will be right back.
Okay. Is this near the end of Fire Emblem yet? No, I don't think
No.
so.
I think we're maybe like a third of the way through.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Why do you not like Fire Emblem We Was Kings?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to like it.
Maybe they just don't like it because I'm playing it. Like, maybe if I were more strategic, whereas I'm like, oh, they'll be okay, you know? But,
yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Kings.
sorry. But, I was thinking for, like, the next game we play, because we have the Untitled Goose Game, which is another one-player game that normally I wanted us to stream it where we would take turns playing. But since you're over there and can't play with me, I thought it might be...
maybe I'll be able to. Maybe by the time we finish this, I'll be able to play with you.
Maybe.
Oh, back to the whole pancake thing that we were talking about. Because I wanted to tell people, so in undergrad, one of the dining halls did Sunday brunch. And they had this, for dinner, they had this Mongolian barbecue thing where you could, pick everything you wanted in your stir fry, and then they would cook it for you on this giant hot surface griddle.
That sounds good.
Yeah, but so for Sunday brunch, they transferred it into, half of it was make your own omelet, and then the other half was make your own pancake.
I see. Yeah, we had make your own omelet. Only on the weekends, though.
Well, yes, this was only Sunday. So the make your own pancakes is the first time I had the Reese's Pieces in my pancake, and that's where I was like, this is where it's at. But they had tons of toppings. Like one of my friends, she really liked the Reese's cups because they had crushed up Reese's cups that you could put in your pancake. Yeah, so they had candy toppings, they had fruit toppings. Yeah, the Reese's Pieces were my favorite. But sometimes I did the omelets if I was trying to be healthy, and then other times I would do the pancakes.
Yeah. I used to go get pancakes, or it was make your own waffle, the waffle maker things.
Oh yeah, we had the waffle iron too. I did waffle Wednesdays. Every Wednesday I'd make myself a waffle.
I would make myself a waffle if I went lap swimming that morning. It'd be like a treat.
Oh, look at you.
But what I found was really good is if you make your waffle and then while it's still hot to pour brown sugar on it. Not a ton, but sprinkle that on because it melts and then it's really good. But
yeah. That does sound good.
Yeah. In general, I'm more of a pancake person, but doing waffles with the brown sugar, and then I'd also put on powdered sugar and syrup, just loaded with sugar.
That's a good poll. So for anyone in the chat who's interested in putting in their 2 cents, pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Yeah.
Go.
Definitely for me, it goes pancakes, waffles, French toast. French toast,
Same.
I've never been a huge fan.
I've only liked French toast if it was like a really good French toast.
Okay.
Like a fancy French toast. So actually, I had made some banana bread at the beginning of this whole thing, and I made a banana bread French toast, and that was amazing.
Okay.
So I would recommend that. But
I don't
yeah,
think
in general, I'm a pancake person.
I've never made French toast because anytime I've ever had it in a restaurant, I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me. But
yeah,
it's fine.
Well, looks like no one in our chat is.
They don't care.
They don't care. They're abstaining from the vote. That's okay.
That's fine. We understand.
Yeah, pancakes are they're I think my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll do some this weekend because we have this pancake mix that's pretty good. It's called I think it's technically power cakes, but they're Kodiak cakes, but they have more protein in them than a regular pancake mix.
Okay.
So they stick with you a little longer. But maybe I should just do those banana ones again. They were so good. Oh, but we don't have bananas. Guess I'm not.
Yeah, we're actually doing donuts again this weekend.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, because
I was going to ask if you have any big Memorial Day plans.
Oh, no. I said just making burgers. That's the Memorial Day plan. That, and we're gonna get donuts on Saturday morning. Because there's 3 places I wanted to try while my regular donut place is closed.
Oh, wait. King says French toast.
French toast?
Crazy.
What?
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Where do pancakes and waffles fall? Which is the worst?
Yeah, which is the worst for you, Kings? But yeah, so we've already tried 2 donut places, and so now we're gonna try the 3rd. But actually, the regular place that we go to, it's opening again. Did you hear about that?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's opening up, I think, this Saturday.
Okay, so King says that waffles are the worst. All right. I mean, the thing with waffles, I think, is that depending on the type of waffle, like, they can be really hard to eat.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like just even cutting into them with your... I'm a barbarian, and I use just the side of my fork instead of a knife.
Yeah.
If I can't use the side of my fork well, then I'm just like, what am I doing? So that's my problem with waffles. But I do actually have a decent waffle recipe that uses oats, like ground up oats. So you use oat flour instead of regular flour.
Yeah.
And those were really good. But I think that's like the one and only time I pulled out my waffle iron.
I don't have a waffle iron. So
it was
just
a wedding
pancakes
gift
for me.
So it's called the Griddler.
Oh.
And it was from Bed Bath & Beyond, and so basically it has different plates you can put on. Oh, it's Julian's here. Hey, long time no see. How's it going? Well, we are surviving.
Yeah.
We're socially isolated. That's why I'm not sitting next to Cookie.
Yep.
But we're hanging in there. How about you? Hooray for surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like...
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing good. I feel like we both have, like, a pretty good, like, schedule set up so that, like, every day you're, like, doing something of some sort. I feel like I'm just so busy all the time.
Yeah. Julian says also soft lockdown still, work from home. Us too. So we started our phase 1 of starting the economy back up. So phase 1 is like manufacturing and construction. Yeah. And then professional services starts phase 2. So I don't know if that means that's when we go to the office. I hope not. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know when we go back to the office.
My boss and some of my coworkers were taking bets. They think we're going to go back like right after Memorial, or Not like the week after Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want to drive back to the office.
I know, I just feel like this has been so nice. Like,
What?
I wish.
Julian says our hotel was violently taken over by a local gangster. Now we're fighting to get it back.
That's
What?
That's insane.
How, like, violently taken over? Yeah, King says, like,
Yeah, like,
question marks.
yeah. What is? That's crazy.
Like, with, like, a gang? Hotel gangster. Yeah, but, like, did they have weapons?
Do they have like a whole group of them? 50.
He and 50 armed goons stormed the hotel and took it over. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That is so wild. Like, how are you fighting to take it back? Are you gonna, like, call in the military?
Or is that like
That
something
is-
just the regular police handle? Like, I don't know, like, that's crazy.
50? That's a lot of people.
Now, is this like when you say like your hotel, like the hotel that like your company like runs, because you do a lot of like tourism in Kenya? Is that right?
First thing was getting our staff out of prison. We tried to immediately take it back, but police put 83 of our people in prison. Our company owns the hotel. It's family owned.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yikes.
So are the police taking care of it? This is so strange. Like, this sounds like something in a movie.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is the kind of thing that was sort of like worst case scenario I thought could happen to like the grocery store. Like, I had thought things like if they kept like getting worse, that people would just storm the grocery store and steal things and like be armed, and like you'd have to be brave to go.
Yeah,
but
well, I
this
was
is like
thinking,
real
like-
life, and that's crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, in zombie movies, you know, people just kind of go crazy and just, like, start attacking stuff. Like, I thought that was worst case. I mean, and that probably would still be worst case scenario. So I'm glad that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Julian says, I don't want to disrupt the stream with this. It's a long story. It's basically local police versus district police. Both have different takes on this.
Wow.
Huh. Jefferson sounds like something that happens in India or a far-flung place. Yeah, like Germany. But yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be in Germany. I agree. I would think it would be more of like a developing country. But that is
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, it was in Kenya.
Okay. Oh, it happened in Kenya. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Well, I hope it gets taken care of soon, because, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that is crazy. Yeah, nothing like that has happened here, thankfully. Yeah, we're just kind of doing our staying home thing and not really doing much. Besides, like, our social obligation, not even obligations, social things to do online.
Yeah.
Courts are on our side, but COVID-19 has slowed everything down. Yeah. And canceled a lot of trips. Cookie and I were both supposed to travel, so that was a bummer.
Mm-hmm. I've been looking forward to going to Japan for like a year and a half now, and
I know, you should have gone earlier.
I know, probably should have.
Why wait for so long?
Yeah, it has to do with like Argus's school schedule and stuff,
Yeah.
but it's okay. It'll still be there, you know?
Yeah. You might just have to wear a mask when you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other places I want to go since my flight just gave us a voucher. So I'm like, well, where else do I want to go before this voucher expires?
Yeah.
So I was looking at some of those bike tours today,
Oh, yeah?
and yeah, so I was like, maybe we'll do one of those. Yeah, Zephyr says you've been talking about it on stream for the past year.
I know. It's okay. I can wait another year. It'll be fine.
Is that South Korea's flag? For Julian's?
I mean, the second
And
set
then-
is Japan.
Oh, the second set is Japan.
Yeah, I don't know what the first one is.
Yeah, what is that flag, Julian? Oh, that's where he wants to visit.
But where
Yeah,
is
we
it?
were
still
gonna,
don't know.
yeah, South Korea. I was right. Except for this Pepsi flag. Yeah, the middle part does look a little like the Pepsi symbol. For some reason, there's a couple of houses in my neighborhood. Like, one day there was a nice chalk drawing of the Pepsi logo. And I'm like, huh, interesting. And then today I saw a different house with the Pepsi logo drawn on the front. Only it wasn't as good as the first house.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say it was
But,
like
yeah,
a Coca-Cola symbol to show the rivalry or something.
No, I just don't know. Maybe they were just like, huh, I don't know what to draw, and they had a thing of Pepsi right there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to the Netherlands, but now that I can't, I'm thinking of going to. I'm thinking maybe Slovenia for a bike tour.
Okay.
I'm thinking Slovenia or Montenegro, but I saw one for Denmark that looked cool. So I don't know. Julian's got lots of little people. Guns. Zephyr says Pepsi gangsters taking over your head. Better watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Julian says Slovenia. OMG. At the last fair trade, I was partying with the Slovenian queen of wine. Interesting. Have you been to Slovenia? Because I've heard good things about it. And Montenegro. I'd be interested in hearing about that one too, because I think it sounds cool. But because the whole thing for us, because we were going to go to the Netherlands for seeing the flowers in bloom. I mean, that wasn't the whole reason, but it was part of the reason. And so it's like, well, if we're going to go somewhere in the fall, it's like the flowers aren't going to be in bloom, so
Yeah, but I mean,
looking at other options.
It depends though. Like, were you really going like just for the flowers?
No, but like that was one of the highlights for me, and like also that one island we were going to bike around, there were going to be baby lambs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, in the fall, they wouldn't be babies anymore.
Yeah.
Julian says, I learned so much about Slovenia. It was such a great time. We went to Prague for karaoke in an Irish pub. She made me sing Hotel California with her. Nice. And Julian says, Montenegro I often hear called a hidden gem of Europe. I hear Montenegro and Slovenia both being called a hidden gem. So I'm like, I gotta discover this gem before everybody else does. Because originally I wanted to go to Croatia because I also thought that was a hidden gem. But since Game of Thrones was filmed there, now tons of Game of Thrones people are like, oh, we gotta go to Croatia.
Oh, really?
So
I didn't know about that.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's also, since Croatia has such a much bigger coastline, a lot of cruises go there, so like more people are in the know about Croatia.
Yeah, I know Croatia's been like on the upswing tourism wise for like, gosh, I'm gonna say for like about 10 years now, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julian says, yeah, Dubrovnik is said to be full of Game of Thrones fans. Yeah. So it's like, since it's gotten so touristy, it's like, I don't want to go there and have to pay a ton for food that normally wouldn't have cost so much. And then also, like, I mean, I'm sure Croatia is still much less touristy than somewhere like, you know, Paris or Rome or something.
Yeah.
But, you know, I want to go and, like, really get a feel for the country, so that's why I was thinking Slovenia or Montenegro would be better, since they're not as touristy.
Yeah.
Because that was what I thought about Portugal, too. But then when we were in Portugal, we saw tons of tourists, and we were even off-season. Or shoulder season. So,
Yeah.
there's just no escaping the I mean, I'm one of them. Whatever.
I know.
But, yeah, I want to try a bike tour and go more off the beaten path. I think it sounds fun. So, we'll see. If I can travel in October, maybe that's what I'll be doing.
I know, I feel like for me, I think I'm going to hold off on any international travel until like 2021. Because I feel like it's still gonna be too soon. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
because like there's gonna be
Well, I
like
mean-
a second round of issues,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, they say if it goes away now, like one of my coworkers is like, oh, but it's supposed to, like, supposedly it's gonna come back in the fall.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like, I mean, and maybe my airline would change their voucher thing, but like they say you have to book. I mean, you have to book it within a year. So like the trip could be another 6 months out, but you have to book it ahead of time, or you have to book it before the year is up. So it's like, yeah, I gotta book it sometime soon. I mean, sometime in the next year.
Yeah.
But it's like I've been saving up my vacation. I mean, granted, I've only been at my job for like 9 months or something. But I've been saving up my vacation because I was planning on going on my trip. So now that I'm not going on my trip, it's like I want to use my vacation, but I want to actually make it worth my while. Like, you know, go somewhere. Yeah, so my
Yeah.
airline, it's KLM. And so it's a Dutch airline, but they do fly like all over Europe from Canada because I was going to fly out of Toronto. But yeah, they like fly in tons of places, but it's just a matter of like where do I want to go. But it has
Yeah.
to be somewhere in Europe because they don't fly to like the Caribbean or anything, or even across the U.S.
Yeah, you know, I was actually looking at scuba diving things the other day.
Nice.
So I was looking at the Galapagos again. And I was like, you know, it's just so far away. And I was thinking maybe I just really want to go back to the Caribbean. Like, I know all the soft corals there, so like, why am I trying to go places where I don't know?
You
the
should
local
go to
flora and fauna?
Cozumel.
Huh?
You should go to Cozumel.
I was thinking I want to go to gosh, which one is it? It's not Belize. It's some other. There's a different island. I don't remember. I mean, Belize isn't an island. I don't think.
I've heard good things about Belize.
I know, but there's one that I don't remember what it's called, but I always hear like, oh, this is the best that the Caribbean has. And so I'm like, you know, I should just go.
I do think Cozumel's supposed to be really good though. Because when we were looking at stuff for when we went to Mexico, I kept seeing, I mean, Cozumel I think is in Mexico. It's an island of Mexico.
Yeah, but I just figured like, because we were already in the area. It wasn't even that
But we didn't
recently, but
we didn't scuba though.
I know we didn't, but I just feel like, you know, because it's not just like, I'm not going to go there just to scuba dive. I'll go do other things
Right.
too.
That's true. Zapper says, might have to do some camping to avoid crowds. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not really much of a camper, so I think I'm much more likely to go to some small village and stay at the inn or something. I think that sounds fun. Julian says that his colleagues who do really high-quality diving tours tell me Galapagos is basically the holy grail of diving.
I know. It's supposed to be really good, but it's also like, so they say that you should have like at least 50 dives to go diving in the Galapagos. And the thing is, I wouldn't want to go by myself. And so really the only person I know that scuba dives is like Rice, but she's only done like 4 dives. So,
True.
It's like I've done over 50, but most of my dives are just like the same dive over and over again. So I feel like even me, like I still feel like I don't have enough experience to go to the Galapagos.
Does it have a lot of currents or something?
Yeah, and also the
Okay.
dives are pretty deep, which I've done deep dives, I've done drift dives, but like just not like, that's not always what, most of my dives are like 30 feet deep, pretty calm, good visibility, you know. So
Yeah, I like the 30-foot depth because,
you can stay down
like,
there for
if-
so long.
yeah, and if something wrong happens, like, you can swim to the surface.
Yeah. I agree.
so,
I'm
like-
right there with you. I'm all about staying alive and like not taking risks. So
Yeah, because when I scuba dove in Australia, I went 60 feet. And it didn't seem that deep because the water was so clear. But, like, it kind of freaked me out because I'm like, this is much deeper than what I'm really comfortable doing. So, I mean, I was just glad there were no issues. I was partnered with a guide because since I wasn't overly experienced, they're like, oh, well, you know, be with the guide and you'll be fine. So, you know, it worked out, but yeah, I like the shallow dives.
yeah.
Zephyr says try out Solvang, California.
Oh,
I don't know how to
I've heard
say
that
it.
there's good dives in California. I actually think it'd be really cool to dive in a kelp forest. But I also feel like it kind of sounds terrifying because, like, you don't know what's on the other side of, like, that little kelp wall, you know? Like, it could be anything.
Oh, Zephyr says it's a Danish-style town. That town in California.
Oh,
That sounds interesting.
Okay. I thought they were saying for the scuba diving.
That's what I thought. That sounds interesting, though. Maybe, yeah. I mean, California's so far away.
It is.
But maybe someday, whenever I go out to California, maybe I'll check it out. Julian says, yeah, it's quite challenging. They showed me some stuff there that looked really challenging, but also very rewarding. The currents are strong. One of them showed me a thing where 100+ hammerhead sharks were swimming over him.
Yeah.
That sounds so scary.
It does sound scary.
I know they're not, like, super aggressive, but still. Yeah, I don't know if I would like that. I'm looking up this Solvang. Oh, it does look like it's, yeah. It's known for its Danish-style architecture and many wineries. Where is this place? There's like someplace called Ostrichland, USA. It's a wildlife refuge, and it's right near this Solvang place.
All right, that sounds pretty cool.
So where is it? Oh, it's between LA and San Jose. I mean, it's northwest of LA. Oh, it's actually really fairly close to Santa Barbara.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I don't really expect you to know where Santa Barbara is, but that's where Psych was set. So
yeah.
Huh. Cool. Maybe I'll check that out sometime. But it does look pretty Dutch. I see the windmill. Yeah. See, because like we were also gonna go to cheese markets and stuff. Like I was really excited to go to the cheese market, but yeah, it didn't happen. Oh, so it has a windmill, a fudge shop, all kinds of Danish bakeries. Yeah. And I mean, we could still go to the Netherlands. You know, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm talking maybe next spring or something. We could just do our trip only next year.
Yeah. Because I feel like, for me, that's like the option that's like least risky. The least risky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, least risky would just be staying home.
Well, yeah. But I just feel like this year I'm just kind of like ruling out everything. Like, you know, 2020 is like a staycation kind of year, so yeah, and that's fine with me. So save some money, and then save some vacation time. So well, granted, like, so I'm still doing a staycation where I'm taking a week off of work, and I'm super excited. It's coming up in the second week in June. I'm pumped. So
yeah, that's pretty soon.
I know. I'm very excited. So,
yeah, I'm excited to hear about it.
Yeah, I'm planning to be busy, so we'll see how it goes.
So what if everything... Oh, I guess everything wouldn't open up by then. But, I mean, because we could potentially be going back to the office before then.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, all of the, like, restaurants and stuff wouldn't be open yet. Because that's a different phase.
Yeah.
Zephyr says Pea Soup Anderson's restaurant is also a Danish style place nearby. I don't know what Pea Soup Anderson's is. I don't know. And Cookie, just so you know, it is 8:09.
I know. I wasn't gonna start this battle. I just wanted to make sure we were ready. Because like this magic person, they've only got 5. Or not 5. They've got 6 fire, but someone else was holding on to some magic, so now we've got more. But
Okay.
I just wanted to like shuffle around some items, and so I think we're all set now for the battle.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we're all set. So we'll save, and then next time we will pick up with this battle. And yeah.
All right.
Sounds
good. All right. Well, thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, and we hope all of you stay safe.
Yep. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
And I think so. I know I keep saying me and Argus will be playing Link's Awakening. I think we're actually going to do it this weekend. So
okay.
Because I swear it's been like 3 or 4 weeks since we last played. It's getting pretty bad, but we're going to pick it right back up. So
okay,
it's going to happen. All right. So yeah, that'll be sometime on Saturday, probably like 7 p.m. or something. But otherwise, me and Rice will be back at 6 on Wednesday next week.
Yep.
All right.
And Julian says Link's Awakening is amazing.
I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I'm playing the new one, and then Argus is playing the old one. So, yeah, it's fun.
So, all right. Have a good week, everybody, and we will see you next week if you don't tune in to Link's Awakening.
Yep. All right.
All right. Stay safe.
Bye.
Stay away from people.
Yeah. Social distance.